Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from the U.S., from California.
I'm from America, Ohio.
So today, I want to ask about Japanese men.
Okay.
And firstly, it's a random question, but have you ever dated a Japanese guy?
I have not.
I also haven't dated a Japanese guy.
But what is your images of Japanese men before you coming here?
I think that Japanese men are very conservative, I think. And I also think that they're usually pretty shy.
Right. I think probably something similar to that. I wouldn't say introverted, but they seem like they're not really open to, really approaching new people and talking to them, or
especially foreign
taking
women, right?
Yeah, taking the initiative and
yeah.
You feel that?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially foreign men.
Yeah.
Why do you think they are shy to foreign men?
Maybe because they don't know if they can, communicate properly or something like that, or if there's going to be a cultural difference or a language barrier, and they might be less willing to be the first one to talk.
Yeah, maybe they don't have great English skills, or they maybe think I can't speak Japanese, probably. And also, I understand, approaching someone makes you nervous, so... But I generally don't approach people, so...
That's the same with me, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned about personality, and what kind of images of Japanese men did you have in terms of looks before coming here?
For me, I like idol groups, so I like Johnny's and...
Johnny?
yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think that there are lots of attractive Japanese men.
Which Japanese boy do you like?
I like Michida Shinsuke from
Naniwa Dash?
Nanino Dance.
Okay, he's one of the popular one now.
Yeah.
He's
very cute.
Okay, it's your type.
I guess you could say that.
Okay, you didn't have much image of Japanese men.
I feel like I might have some stereotypical images that, a lot of them are a little bit more, I don't want to be rude, but feminine looking, if that makes sense. They have a more softer kind of appearance.
Yeah.
They don't want to be super muscular, or I think that was the notion that I came here with about Japanese men.
I think there's both in Japan. There are definitely guys who work out all the time at the gym, but there's also, I think, more of the ikemen kind of cute boy is more popular here.
Here, yeah. So do you feel difference between American and Japanese beauty standard of men?
Oh, definitely.
Can you describe American beauty standard men?
American men like to be very, very masculine, as much as possible. The beauty standard is for them to be quite muscular, to be very, very confident and very forward, I think.
Yeah, I think when it comes to beauty standard, it's a lot about the working out, right?
Yeah,
lots of muscles.
I think Chinese boys they're a little bit feminine. Do you think they will be popular in America?
I don't think so. Maybe Korea.
Maybe in Korea.
Yeah, maybe in Korea.
Nowadays, BTS and the Korean artists are becoming popular around the world, but it's still not so big popular in America.
They're becoming pretty popular in America, especially because of BTS. K-pop is getting pretty big, and so I think, at least in America, the sort of Asian beauty standards, at least Korean, starting with because of K-pop, they're becoming more popular in America. So there's always a possibility that boys like the ones in Johnny's could become popular if they expand.
Yeah, I think the Korean ones are popular because they market more to a Western
That's
audience.
True.
So, and also give they do a lot of cool vibe kind of music videos too.
Right.
So I think that's why it's a little bit more popular.
Yeah, I think that Korean music industry understand more what Westerners likes.
Yeah.
But nowadays, Chinese also try to go abroad. Yeah.
It's cool. It'd be cool if they did become popular.
It would be cool. I would like to see more of that.
Yeah.
You are currently living in Japan.
I've been living here for 3.5 years.
3.5 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Almost a year.
Yeah, year. So after living here, what kind of impression did you get about Japanese men? Was it same with your images?
It wasn't too different from my image. I also don't want to be rude. I don't really mean to be rude or anything, but especially living in the growing up in the U.S., a lot of the men are a lot shorter than what I'm used to. Just walking down the street, they ended up being like a little bit shorter than I was expecting, which I don't mean to be rude about that at all. It's just something that I noticed.
I think it's about what I expected. I mean, I watched a lot of Japanese dramas and consumed a lot of media before I came here. So I think one thing that I noticed though is obviously like I met more people who didn't fit like that Asian beauty standard and more fit like some Western beauty standards too. So I think there are more variety of people than I maybe originally assumed.
Right. So, like in terms of personality, you mentioned before that like you imagine Japanese are like shy. How was in reality? Were they shy or not so shy?
Sometimes there are some guys who are shy, but there are also some guys who like one guy came up to me and he's like hug shite, and I was likeちょっとキモいけど yeah, I just felt like that's kind of gross. Like it depends on the person, I think. Like if you go to Shibuya, there are some very aggressive like nampa guys.
You often like pick up on the street.
Yeah, sometimes someone tries to hit on me or something.
Okay. They're like not shy than you expected.
Sometimes really aggressive, or like try to mention sex because they think Western women are very free.
You think so? You think they think so?
Yeah, I think they have that image, so then they kind of think that I'll just go have sex with them or something, which I'm not like that, so.
Japanese men's looks are attractive to you?
It depends on the person. I would say it depends on the person.
I mean, yeah, I think there's really attractive Japanese boys.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few very attractive people here. Yeah.
What kind of can you describe a little bit like height, haircut, style?
I prefer taller guys and people who are really fashionable.
I like the cute type, so kawaii.
Okay, the face features.
Yeah,
cute
faces cute.
Okay. If you meet a very good Japanese guy, will they have like chance to date you guys?
Absolutely. If I meet the right person, then yeah, definitely.
So there's no like nationalities like restriction or something. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from England.
Today, I want to ask about Japanese men. It's a very random question maybe, but have you ever dated a Japanese man?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you ever like interacted with them?
Yeah, a few people. I've got a few Japanese male friends from home, and it's never gone more than that. It's always been friendly and everything.
Okay. Now I want to ask about like image of Japanese man you heard before coming here. Basically, what kind of images or stereotypes do you have about Japanese men?
I always thought that maybe you were a lot shyer than English people. You kind of keep to yourselves a bit more.
In terms of looks, did you have some image?
I mean, everyone kind of is similar, like how English people look really similar. Over here it's kind of the same, but because I'm from England, coming here it's all very different and people look very different to me, of course. I find that very interesting and kind of intriguing that we all like look different and stuff like that.
Okay. Didn't you have some like that kind of face or like height or something?
I've realised people are a lot smaller here, but not in a bad way at all. It's just that in England, like everyone ranges from different heights, whereas here everyone's kind of on the same level of height, if you know what I mean.
Like after coming to Japan and seeing Japanese men in the street, maybe, what kind of impression did you get?
Well, I feel like each man is very different. I feel like the older generation a lot more helpful in terms of you go up to them and ask for help and they'll be helpful and everything, and then the young people kind of hide away and try and avoid eye contact and stuff like that.
Okay, so you think that young Japanese men are relatively shyer.
Yeah.
So like did you get some like help from Japanese?
Yes, well yesterday, because I arrived recently, I was a little bit lost, and I went up to a lot of people, and usually the younger men that I went up to were a bit like, oh, if you know what I mean, and then the older generation were kind of more helpful and kind of more confident, yeah.
Because of the experience, a lot of experience.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
yeah.
What was the impression of Japanese men in terms of looks?
Everywhere really, it's like there's some good looking people and then there's some like normal looking people in all different ages. I mean, I find Japanese people attractive. To me, I find Japanese people more interesting than Western people.
Oh, how come?
Just because I feel like there's a lot more hiddenness, whereas in England everything's out in the open and it's not mysterious.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you find more attractive in the man.
The mystery.
Mystery.
Yeah.
And as long as you see Japanese men, they seem to be mysterious.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is like this. Maybe you mentioned a little bit, maybe, but what's type of your man?
What's my type?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't really have a type necessarily. I like cute, kawaii, kakoi.
Kawaii means like cute.
Cute and then cool.
Kakoi, cool.
Cool, yeah. So cute and cool at the same
Okay.
time. So like a mixture. I like chiseled, sharp jawline, kind of like a baby's face, but sharp. If that makes sense. It probably
Okay.
doesn't make sense.
I see. Like actually, chisel face feature is not so popular here.
Oh, really?
What about in England, Europe, England?
Yeah, in England, chiseled is really popular. Really manly is popular in England, but I don't like manly. I like chiseled but baby face.
Chisel is not manly.
It can be both. So you could be chiseled as in like your features are sharp, but you still have that kind of kawaii aura. But then in England, it's just chiseled and manly. There's no cuteness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like it is common, like beauty standard of man.
Yeah.
Right. Like is it common for like British men to do makeup or to put a lot of effort into their appearance and fashion?
No. Like from where I'm from, everyone's in tracksuits and they're like rough, like a bit rough, mean and just a bit like dirty. They're all the same. They all dress the same and they're just a bit rude and boring.
Okay. Well, it seems to be like it's considered as cool.
They think they're cool, but they're not.
Okay. If you meet a like good Japanese man, are you open to like dating Japanese man when
Yeah.
you don't have like nationality like restriction when you date someone?
Yeah, I'm open to dating anyone really. I've not really dated much in my life, so anything is fine with me. I feel like personality is a big thing though. To me it's like looks are first, and then if the personality isn't nice, I'll be like no. They have to be funny, kind, all these types of things, but they don't have to be stereotypically good looking, but to me they have to be good looking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
I'm from New York City.
I want to talk about Japanese men.
Okay.
Firstly, it's a random question, but have you ever dated a Japanese guy?
Yes.
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 Where?
In Kyoto and in New York, but it was the same guy.
Okay, so you've been to Kyoto and you met that guy and you dated a guy. Oh, how come did you go to Kyoto?
I went there to study for a year at Kyoto University.
That's interesting. So you were in Kyoto when you were a university student.
Yes.
By the way, what was the student life in Kyoto University like? People say the students from University of Kyoto are very unique. Yeah, you see that like atmosphere?
Yes, I think the Kyoto University students were very unique. I remember there was like he was an ichinensei who carried it was a nugurumi, like a stuffed animal. He always had a stuffed duck, like kamo. And he was ichinensei. And everybody knew him. And I don't know why he carried the duck, but clearly he really liked the duck. So I didn't want to judge. I guess I really like stuffed animals. I just wouldn't bring it to class. So.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the Japanese guy. And before coming to Japan, what kind of images, stereotypes of Japanese men did you have?
That's a good question. I guess knowing that I was going to Kyodai, I thought that they would be quite nerdy, which was mostly true. And I think that, yes, like a lot of like quiet Japanese men, I think in American pop culture you don't see many Japanese men. So, like I guess my stereotype was Ken Watanabe. Watanabe
Okay.
Ken. Hi. And so the only like Japanese man I think that I'd really been exposed to in American pop culture was like Ken Watanabe.
Okay.
And then other than that, it was all like anime, I guess. In anime, like it's always very like fantasy, so I wouldn't say it's like a stereotypical Japanese man. But I think mostly, if I had to summarize, I think that Japanese men are very quiet, studious, or like smart, and kind.
What about looks?
When I studied in my university at home, we had Japanese exchange students, like usually like short hair, oftentimes glasses, usually around my height, so usually not taller than me, so about the same height as me. I'm 172 centimeters, so.
It was image.
Yes, that was the image.
After coming to Japan, you are in Japan, you've been to Kyoto for 1 year, the reality was the same as your image, expectation?
Generally same for university students, but I think that in Kyoto or even in Tokyo, there's like that very like kakkoi kind of guy. Like usually he smokes and like he has long hair, like a little bit more rebellious and fashionable. So I hadn't really encountered that kind of Japanese person before, so that was very interesting.
So it was surprising.
Yeah, so that was surprising, yeah.
I heard the image of a Japanese man and impression of Japanese man after like seeing them. Are they attractive to you?
I mean, for me personally, obviously I dated a Japanese man, so of course. But I think that for the common American person who's like hakujin, it's not necessarily the case. I think that the image of masculinity that is sold to Americans and to American women in particular is very different than the Japanese version of masculinity. And so I think that if you date a Japanese man and you're not from Japan, you're certainly probably a little more open-minded, or you wouldn't necessarily think that like the American version of masculinity is the best version.
So what's type of man?
So my type of person now, I actually like men with a lot of body hair, which is weird. Yeah, right. And that's not as common in Japan, I suppose. But
It's common in America?
yeah, it's common in America. I mean, also my current boyfriend is Greek, and Greeks are like very big and hairy and like very loud, so completely the opposite of my previous boyfriend. But I think that in terms of what I like in a guy, I don't like that much muscles. I like when they're a little bit softer. I like somebody who is my like intellectual equal, so somebody who I can speak to about things on a similar intellectual level. Somebody who's ambitious. I don't like somebody who sits around and doesn't care about work necessarily. I mean, work shouldn't be everything, but somebody who does want to go forward and succeed in life. And somebody who generally has a happier disposition, and somebody who's funny. So saying all of that, generally the appearance doesn't really matter. It's more about the person on the inside, which, you know, sounds very stereotypical, but I think for women this is very true. We don't necessarily look and say, like, this kind of appearance is what I want. We kind of look for somebody who's willing to be like a companion. Like, you want like nakama. You want yuji, not just like tomodachi, but like closer than tomodachi, like somebody who really you can go forward and move your life with.
If you meet a Japanese guy again, are you open to dating Japanese guy?
Yeah, if I was single, of course. And this Japanese guy I dated is still one of my best friends. So we talk all the time. So it's not like it ended badly or I didn't like dating a Japanese person. I liked it a lot. It was really fun. So absolutely, if I was single again, I would absolutely be open to dating a Japanese person.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Of course! Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you for your cooperation. Where are you from?
Estonia.
Today, I want to talk about Japanese men. Firstly, it's a random question, but have you ever dated Japanese man?
No, never.
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 Okay.
It's my first time in Japan, so
Okay. It's
I haven't found a nice guy yet.
Okay. You haven't interacted with Japanese guy, right?
Not really.
Not really. So, like before coming here, in terms of looks and personality, what was your image of Japanese man?
First, height. It's really small compared to European guys. We have really like tall guys, 2 meters. Then dark hair, dark eyes, handsome looking. Different eyes, definitely. Smaller eyes, you know. And personality, I think polite, really polite, disciplined, smart.
You had that kind of images, and what was your impression of them? after actually seeing them?
Well, I was surprised that you really have a good style. Like really, men are looking good. In my country, in Estonia, there's not a lot of guys who care about their style. They're just wearing hoodies and they really don't care about how they look. But here, you can see that everyone really cares about how they look. And
Is it good?
yes,
Okay.
yes, like you just watch and you're really like, it's really like beautiful.
So like Japanese guys put a lot of effort into the appearance.
Yes, definitely.
What if Estonian guys do the same? Is it considered a little bit like strange or something?
Yes, I think it will be a little bit strange because when someone does makeup in Estonia, especially a guy, everyone else are like, what is he doing? Like, why he doesn't make up? So I think here's it's in common. Like it doesn't matter what you do. You just do your thing and be happy.
What about like personality? You told that you haven't interacted with Japanese so much, but like just guessing from the atmosphere of them, what kind of personality did you find after actually seeing them?
I think it's like really kind, caring, not so flirty like Italians, like more calm.
What about their looks? Are they attractive to you?
Yes, some of Japanese guys are attractive to me, yes, but I'm European. I think I prefer European guys.
So what type of your man?
I don't know yet. I'm still wondering. I'm still searching myself. He should be talented, kind, funny. Good humor is really important. Humor makes it all. Well, good appearance definitely, because it's the first impression you get. And yeah, music. Music is like really important. What kind of music he listens, and maybe he can play some instruments or sing. Maybe if he can sing, then it's definitely a turn on.
Like talented person?
Yes, smarter than me, I could say.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there some like possibility for them to date you?
Yeah, everything is possible for me. Like I could never say no.
There's no like a restriction about like nationality and stuff.
No, I don't care about nationality.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。いかがだったでしょうか。動画のご感想やテーマのご要望等、コメント欄でお書きいただけますと幸いです。たくさんのコメントお待ちしております。チャンネル登録といいねボタンもよろしくお願いいたします。